When an offense has an underwhelming receiving core like the Patriots, defenses know they can more comfortably match up one-on-one and not be threatened outside at all. When those receivers also aren't threatening you deep, defenses can get away with playing just one deep safety. So this leaves defenses in an advantageous situation. Because we don't need to deploy a lot of resources to defend against these Patriot receivers, why don't we put more heat on the quarterback by sending the blitz? This is unfortunate for Drake Maye. None of his receivers are especially dynamic, not enough to win outside or be consistent deep threats, yet not only is he going to finish top 2 in MVP voting and play in the Super Bowl, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league against the blitz, dwarfing many quarterbacks with far better receiver rooms. You can see here how good his stats were. He finished 3rd in passing yards when blitzed, 4th in yards per attempt, touchdown interception ratio was insane. So while despite defenses saying we can match up all these dudes one-on-one no problem and play tight coverage, then send extra heat, Drake Maye is that good that he still shreds them. What surprised me most researching this episode is that he should be the most blitzed quarterback in the league because of these perimeter weapons, but he's blitzed just 33.5% of the time, which ranks just 21st. Defenses should blitz him because he'll get pressure and lock up these receivers with ease one-on-one, but Drake is just that good. And while studying his blitz cutup, I've broken down why he's so good at handling the blitz into 3 different categories. Pre-snap, he's excellent at identifying where his best matchup is. Post-snap, he's fantastic at reading how the defense rotated out of their disguise. And his accuracy is lethal, which is critical against these tight one-on-one coverage situations. When defenses feel like they can win one-on-one in blitz, it does limit what they can do coverage-wise since they have one less body dropping back. You're very likely only playing one high safety because there's nobody else who you can drop out. If you take away, let's say, the safety Jesse Bates, who's defending the running back Terrell Jennings, well, yeah, now we don't have anybody defending the running back and the high likelihood he goes out for a route. So Drake does know if they're blitzing, basically does know the structure of the defense. So pre-snap, post-snap accuracy, he's excellent at getting the ball where it needs to go. For most other quarterbacks, they feel the pressure too quickly, aren't accurate enough with the football, or are getting a mix of zone blitzes too, because defenses are more scared of defending their receivers outside. Before we really dive into all of Drake's mental processing before and after the snap, I want to thank this week's sponsor, DraftKings. Super Bowl 60 is upon us. We have New England, we have Seattle, where else do you want to be but DraftKings? The matchup, yes, is still 2 weeks away, but there's plenty of time to make some plays and figure out where to put the action. I'll be loading up the next few weeks, grinding, and there are plenty of different ways to enjoy Super Bowl 60. For example, from watching film, I feel like I know who the big-time players are in this game. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, so I can throw down on who will score touchdowns and win big. Another thing I love about DraftKings, if I'm watching the big game and maybe it starts kind of slow, not really grabbing me, I can throw down a little more while it's in progress and make Super Bowl 60 Super Bowl 60. New customers turn $5 into $300 if your bet wins, paid instantly in bonus bets, the crown is yours. So if you use my promo code RollinsNFL, turn $5 into $300 if your bet wins, paid through bonus bets. So here, now we're back to this same play, it's 3rd and 5, a conversion here wins the game, clinches it, with the Pats up a point with under 2 minutes to go. Drake sees the Falcons lining up in man coverage one-on-one like we're talking about. You can see each of the defenders locked in tight to the receiver with their eyes dead ahead. And here, notice the position of the linebacker JD Bertrand and the safety Xavier Watts. The Patriots are running a line concept, which is 2 slants and a flat route, and the Falcons are trying to show Maye that either Bertrand or the slot cornerback D. Alford are blitzing. You can see earlier in the game against a similar formation, here are the 3 receivers. We have the 2 cornerbacks, including Alford playing more of a zone coverage look. Watts is again kind of creeping behind him, and Bertrand's again tucked inside. And this is so they can easily blitz Alford and rotate Watts down to cover his man, which after the snap creates what we talked about, one-on-one man with a safety over the top. And by the way, notice how Bertrand is inside leverage, cause that'll come into play later. Now we get a similar look with 2 receivers but no Hunter Henry to the flat, and again we have a similar look with Watts creeping over the top, now faking the blitz, rotating towards the middle to once again play one-on-one man coverage to set up the final play of the game, the one we started with. Now we're trying to fool Drake and make him question if this is a blitz again or not. But since the Pats flex this formation out a bit, this would be a pretty long way for Alford to go. So pre-snap, Drake knows Henry has the leverage advantage, knows Atlanta is probably not blitzing Alford because he's so far away, and is quick and decisive with beating Bertrand's leverage and winning the game. What's fun about this play is I have even another example of Watts and Alford playing games with Drake, blitzing again, but now this shows how good the Patriots quarterback is post-snap, our second category, which gives him another advantage to keep shredding the blitz. He sees the Falcons showing Jesse Bates on Hunter Henry to the other side of the formation, but Drake also sees a tell. If this was man coverage, Bates would be inside leverage to cut off a quick, easy slant over the middle. Defenses always want to force the harder throw in one-on-one man coverage when they have no safety help over the middle, so Drake has a feeling Henry will be matched on somebody else pre-snap. And in fact, it's their pass rusher Jalen Walker off the line. So Drake knows he has a good matchup, Henry has the leverage advantage for this outbreaking route. But now watch Drake post-snap moving in the pocket away from the blitzer, the free runner, which creates more space for him to throw, takes a hit off his body, and just look at the accuracy. And speaking of that accuracy, it's our third category, and against these tight man coverage looks while getting blitzed, great accuracy is critical. With these 5-man blitzes, man coverage, the pressure closing in, this is when Drake is at his best. I mean, we're talking about near perfect coverage, yet look at the ball placement, insane. And then even when the Falcons don't blitz, show like they're blitzing, but then drop out, Drake is cool as hell sitting in the pocket, driving the ball down the field, and being deadly accurate. Again, the Falcons are showing this look trying to freak Drake out that the blitz is coming. It doesn't. They also have Jesse Bates on the other side showing too, but then they drop into this zone coverage, this quarter, half, cover 6 zone with just a 4-man pass rush. The Patriots are running a sail concept, a good concept in case the Falcons are blitzing, because it has an outbreaking option. Remember, if they're blitzing, it's most likely inside leverage, so an outbreaking route is awesome at beating the blitz. And here with the corner and safety each playing a deep quarter, Drake has his eyes locked on the cornerback. In this sail concept, the cornerback is crucial. He's the entire concept, because if he doesn't go with the runoff route deep, just passes him off to the safety, the concept is dead. But easier said than done, the corner runs with him, so Drake has the tiniest window to throw, and I feel like a broken record here, but look at this accuracy. You can see the underneath defender almost tips this, forcing an incompletion. The safety almost closes down on it too, but just can't quite get there, and Drake hits another deep pass. What is so impressive to me is just how easy he makes everything look, with this surrounding cast that's just, at the very best, mediocre. There's nobody you can line up outside one-on-one and say, hey, we're gonna feed this guy, and the defense can't do anything till they roll coverage to him or pay more attention to him in zone. Yet this is the cast that Drake keeps dominating with the entire season. He is so good against the blitz that, as I said, teams barely even do it. But when it comes time to install the game plan, I am sure Mike McDonald is at least considering attacking the Patriots receivers. Because if I'm watching this film, like we are right now, I am 100% going after him, pressing them at the line and sending this heat. But the more teams see Drake shred these coverages, these extra blitzers, maybe it's not that great an idea. When looking at who wins the Super Bowl, I personally just do not think the Patriots have the horsepower besides Maye to win this game. They strike me as a team that's taken a fantastic, gigantic leap from last year, but they're still 1 year away from being truly dominant. What's fun though is that if they do win it, it'll be because of their young second-year quarterback absolutely going nuclear on the biggest stage. The way he shreds blitzing defenses with his pre-snap ability, noticing leverage advantages in pockets of space, his post-snap ability, attacking defensive disguises, and his accuracy, because as we talked about all day, these windows are tight, Drake Maye is really the ultimate equalizer. The Seahawks shouldn't blitz him much at all Sunday. It is a losing proposition, but if they're dumb enough to do it, the New England Patriots will win the Super Bowl.